For 2026, my New Year's resolution was to stop posting on social media, be it TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, everything. Why, you may ask, when you have over 7,500 followers and 172,000 likes just on one platform? Because it hurts, and it hurts deeply, those negative comments, those private messages, those insults, albeit from few. From complete strangers who have only a few followers but who have a lot to say, who use profanity and hate, and who moves on to see how many people liked what they said and how you responded so that they can happily say something worse. But here's the thing, research shows that someone can post the most beautiful video of the cutest baby, and before long, comments will degenerate into racism, swearing, and pure hatred as the wrong people tear into it and use that platform to hide behind a keyboard and express their view, even though it is not needed or wanted. But after much consideration, I decided that I will not. I will not remove myself from social media. Why? Because there are good people out there too, good people who are complete strangers, but who have your back, who hold you up, and who encourage you. The positive comments are many, and now they resonate. You remember them verbatim. Words such as I am 22 years old, and I did not grow up with a family, but watching you and your family makes me feel like I am part of a family. And having always wanted a daughter, someone said, you are now my TikTok dad. So I will continue, we will continue spreading a message of hope, joy, laughter, enlightenment, education, technical knowledge in the simplest way. I will share a system that I have been working on for almost a year that will change the way business operates. A first, an intersection between business, accounting, finance, and IT, an intersection that does not occur because each of these and each of the above speak different languages, more details to follow. I will continue to warn about how you need to be so wary of narcissists who are waiting to tear you to shreds, a business world that is enshrouded in danger for those who are just entering and for those who have been there for years. I will talk about racism and how you will never find one person who will say that they liked apartheid, but yet it ruled and was accepted for almost a century. I will talk about my feelings, and I will start with a caveat that a feeling can never be wrong. Your feeling, my feeling, can never be wrong. So if I felt it and I tell you about how it affected me, it is not the responsibility of anyone, and certainly not the haters out there, to tell me or you that you should have felt it differently. I will continue the message that family can be happy, and the passages of a home can be decked with hope and joy and laughter, and that teenagers and their moms and dads can be the best friends and confide in each other as they laugh with each other and steer challenges together. But most of all, I will continue to spread a message that even though I am a Christian, I do not subscribe to rules, but I believe in relationship. Relationship where I know God and God knows me. And through that relationship, today I am more than I could have ever dreamt that I could be. That message of relationship transcends denominations, and it transcends religions. So you do not have to be a Christian to believe me. If you study your religion, you will find that God says the same thing. I made you, I gave you choice, and I want you to know me as I know you. Come, talk to me. You see, when I finished matric, there was no money to study, not a dime. My destiny was secured until God intervened and I became a chartered accountant. No, not until God intervened, until I intervened and I forced his hand. It was not easy, and I will tell you the story, but I did the most powerful thing that any person can do. I took God's word back to him and I reminded him of what he said. I reminded him that he owns everything and that I needed money to study and that I will not accept a mediocre existence. And then, I got a bursary with no strings attached, a bursary that I did not even remember applying for, that paid for all 4 years of my studies and then some. So, did my hardship end there? No. I still had to pass, and guess what happened then? Against all odds I did, and I needed articles then, and a wife, and a son, and a home, and peace, hope, and a sense of humor. And then and then, and then. I will tell you the story, so I will not stop, I will not retreat from the front line and do what many encouraging and well meaning people have asked me to do. Don't put yourself out there because strangers will hurt you. I take your advice and I know that it comes from the best place ever. But I do not have a choice, I will continue. Continue doing God's work. So please, do not stop the negative comments, let it flow, be real, and do not hesitate. It is not you, it is the negativity in this world, and we need to show all how real and horrible and nasty the world is, such that a complete stranger can swear at you for no reason and say something that is meant to hurt and then move on to someone else's post and say something worse and then come back to my post to see how much it did hurt. Do not hide behind a veil. Do not lie about how good and pure and godly you are. Continue to show the world that the world is ruled by the devil. The last thing I want is for my post to be filled with only positivity. I need the negativity so that I can double down and dig deep and do what I was meant to do. You see, the most powerful days in the world, the most powerful 2 days in the world is the day you are born and the day you find your purpose. My purpose, me. It is to reach, to touch, to lead people to a most powerful God who seeks only one thing from you, relationship. Someone did say, in addition to laughter, soon you will be leading our children to God. And when you find your purpose, you find true happiness and fulfillment. And you get to look God in the eye and smile and laugh and know that everything He did for you was not for nothing and not something that you forgot. If my life was punctuated with miracles on every line of a page, such as when I needed articles and then I couldn't get it because it was not easy for a non-white person to get articles back then. So I had to sit out writing part 2 of the board exam for a year. And I angrily, yes, angrily said to God that this was not acceptable and that I wanted articles not with any firm, but with one of the big 4 firms. And then, I got articles with the big 4 firms, and that with a big 4 firm, the biggest of the 4, and I got to go to New York against all odds, punctuated with miracles, because I took God's word back to Him and I reminded Him of what He said. Was it easy? No. It sounds like a fairy tale story now, but when you are living every single day of nothing happening, it is no fairy tale. And so many out there are hoping and praying for a miracle. So with all these miracles and being a chartered accountant, a CIMA, an MBA, a CIMA, you would want to be me, right? Wrong. You do not want to be me. You see, once you are disqualified, when you enter the corporate world, you become a target for everyone to hit, not least your boss, to be taken down. And the one thing you feared, the one thing that the CEO of the company told you that will never happen in a million years, it happens. So, you do not want to be me. And God, what does He do? He allows it to happen, to test you, to refine you, as if you needed more testing and more refining. You get torn from pillar to post, and you are promised that all the pain, all the anguish that has been thrust upon you, it will be gone in a second if you just denounce God. But you don't, and you won't. It is a story that will bring tears to your eyes. Let me tell you this, the God that I serve, the God that I have a relationship with, and that is waiting to have a relationship with you too, He specialized in miracles then, and He specializes in miracles now. So wherever you are, just think on Him and listen to His still voice. And very soon you too will have miracles to share too. But you have to talk. You have to plead your case. You have to claim and wait and then claim again. So I will not stop. I will not be deterred by negative comments that are designed to hurt. I will not pray for negative comments to go away. I will pray to be stronger so that in my mind it will not stay. 2026 for you may be a year when you too get to know the most powerful God again, a God who seeks one thing from you, just one thing, relationship. In a world where many say God, He does not exist, even though they feel His presence all around, they dismiss it as if it were nothing. And if I have a part to play, if my stories were meant to be repeated for this particular moment, then who am I to walk away and sulk into the shadows? If in the battle, against good versus evil. I choose good. I choose God. But unfortunately, not all do. So from me, expect more laughter, more technical knowledge, more life lessons, more stories of actualities, more fun of family. Every like, every comment, every share, every follow, it does not go unnoticed. And if I am amongst others to become a digital creator with many more followers in 2026, then my base, which has grown in less than a year, represents a person out there for which I have a message to share. But also expect a spiritual awakening in a time when you too will bow on your knees every morning and every evening, even if it is just for a moment, because throughout the day you were connected. Expect to meet God. And if I have a part to play, who am I to say nay?